2022, what a year! We are saying goodbye and we are saying good morning to 2023, and I can't wait what it holds for us. I wanted to prepare a short recap for you of the photos I took in 2022. I have selected 10 photos which I think are my best photos of that year. It was really hard to choose only those particular 10 photos because I think my portfolio has a little bit more to offer than only 10 photos. But when it comes to 2022, I will remember that year by returning to posting in March. Many trips with my fiance which were really nice, and we managed to see a lot of cool places together. The overall progress I made throughout the year by experimenting with different editing styles, experimenting with different compositions, different approaches to street photography, opening for strangers, that was really cool. And lastly, and generally, the vibe I'm creating with you on Instagram and here on YouTube. Thank you for that. Let's see those photos. I picked 10, as I mentioned, I picked 10. All of them are posted on Instagram, so you can check them in the archives. Let's start with this one. As you can see, the composition of this photo isn't perfect, but in my opinion, it fell a bit into a gaming vibe, which kinda looks interesting. The background came out okay because we have some lights and colors, no fake motion blur whatsoever, and most importantly, this is one of the first photos after my comeback in March 2022. Okay, and the second shot is gonna be slightly different. The conditions were different. The weather was sick, really nice. I would say perfect weather for street photography, and I think this is one of the best photos of the tram I took in 2022, or maybe even throughout my photography career. The conditions were perfect because it was raining really hard. The reflections of the lights on the street were long, practically from the horizon all the way to the bottom of the photo, so this is really cool. Yeah, so I think this is one of the coolest tram photos I took. Okay, moving next. This is slightly different, same conditions, but yeah, different photo. This photo shows absolutely nothing but raindrops on the clear glass and lights in the background, which created a really interesting bokeh effect, but not a single focus point. We have some drops, and that's pretty cool. But overall, I like this photo a lot. It was a typical random shot, meaning I didn't have to waste much time taking it. The photo won the Photopia Hamburg 2022 contest. That's amazing, to be honest, because so random shot took the first place in the competition, so that's sick. Okay, moving next. Yeah, I have this one. I really like this one. I remember asking Rafał to stand by the wall and wait for the bus to come. He was there for a while, and I was promising him that the photo will be cool, and it did. The photo came out great. I think personally, this is my best photo when it comes to long exposures. It may not have been so long because I remember it was 8 seconds, but yeah, it was enough to get that stellar effect, kind of like a galaxy or something. And it also worth noting that Rafał stood very steady for those 8 seconds. So yeah, this is one of the best photos. And moving next, we have another nice kind of dark vibe photo I took with my friend Borkography. As you can see in this photo, I like the overall dark vibe, and that's cool. And the only vivid color we see is from the lightsaber, so we wanted to have this dark vibe with a single color. But I remember we couldn't decide, should we pick blue, orange or red, so we decided to go with the orangish red. Moving next, oh yeah, this is yeah, so this is the photo I love. Personally, I love, and you can see not only the photo I also love the person on this photo. It's one of those super moments when you are as happy as a kid to have a memory in the form of a photo. So my fiance and I took a trip to Los Angeles, and after a few days of sightseeing, we found this spot which, as you can see in the photo, turned out to be the perfect for capturing us against the downtown of LA. Was also and it's also worth noting that the sky conditions and the general weather were also excellent in that day, so this memory will stay with us forever. And yeah, that's a super cool photo. I love it. Another one is one of the sessions we did as a No Name Media, me and Rafael this year. The retro editing worked really well with this car. Everything was carefully designed by nature. All of this damage was designed by nature, so that's cool. And we had the opportunity to film it and take some photos. So I love the whole series. If you are on the Instagram, you should check the whole series, find the post and check it. I will also post a link to each of the photo in my description, so if you want to leave a comment here on YouTube or on Instagram, that would be really nice. So another photo that I really like is one of the first images I took while testing the 50mm 1.2 G Master from Sony, and I'm in absolute love with this lens all the time. I love it now, I love it then. I think it's one of the best lenses I have, and it's one of the best lenses from Sony. Moving next, this is a photo from our trip to Copenhagen, which as it turned out is the second only to Amsterdam when it comes to bikes. It's also worth noting that Copenhagen is full of moody alleys like this one on the photo, and what I love in this photo is the vibe. That is the general vibe of the photo, because it's warm and clearly shows how moody this particular street was. And I'm especially pleased this photo was one of the first taken with the TTArtisan 50mm 0.95. That's why the bokeh is so deep. The last photo in this recap is the one you're actually seeing now. I really like it. It's kind of random shot, but I really like this photo because it combines late autumn with early winter, but it was warm enough to still ride the board. This guy had just a hoodie, and that's pretty much it. And the photo shows one of the main streets in Warsaw with a futuristic skater. I called him futuristic skater because it was an electric skateboard. In a scene of orange lights in the background and on the trees. It's really cool, and compositionally I also think the photo is very, very interesting. These are my 10 best photos I took in 2022. I hope you like what I showed you. Please visit my Instagram links, leave some comments, and maybe pick one of your favorites from those 10. Finally, in terms of the next year, I can't wait for 2023. I'm looking forward to the new places we're gonna visit this year, the next year, and I'm looking forward to new photos we're gonna shoot together with my fiance, and I can't wait to see what you guys gonna produce this year, because the level of the progress is the progress of people I'm following is really outstanding. Thanks for watching, and see you next year.